First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, for letting me do another video through His Spirit. The Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, for giving us this truth as worms. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. And this is going to be a quick lesson off of you. As you can see, the steal, what LeBron James said. It says, LeBron James opens up about his fear of being alone and fighting for his marriage. And, the Apostle Gabar brings this out a lot about, the greatest power is being able to be alone, actually being cool with yourself. And a lot of these people, they don't have that, mental fortitude to truly be by themselves, because at the end of the day, a lot of these people don't like themselves. They have suicidal thoughts. They don't know how to control their thoughts. They're really crazy people just with money. But it says, this is quoting from LeBron James. It says, I don't want to be alone. Give me 1 second. He says, I don't want to be alone. That's for damn sure. If I have to fight, crawl, or scratch, bite to keep what's mine, I'll do it. As hard as F, the next time I'm alone, it will be when I'm gone. And this type of mindset is what's going to get people to take that MOTB. Because to keep what you have and to keep the things that you hold so dear, what would you do to keep it? What lengths will you go to keep those things? What would you do? Like the Lord said, what will a man exchange for his own soul? What type of things are you willing to do to keep these things that you have in this life? And that's why the scriptures talk about hating your life and not truly, cleaving unto this life, because this life is only temporary. This life isn't the end all be all. There isn't any need to scratch and crawl and fight for the certain things in this life. Now, if you can keep your family, you keep your family. Certain things, I'm not saying just throw away and give it up, but if certain things want to go, hey, it's of the spirit that they want to go. Maybe it's to build you up. Maybe it's to put you on another level. And these people who are a part of your life can't be a part of it. That's just, that is what it is. But these people in this world they don't see it that way. They don't acknowledge it that way. That's why these people are going to, when Esau comes with this sea-hip, they are going to willingly take this thing, hands and arms and foot and head out, saying, give me it. As long as I can keep my family, this and that, whatever I need to do, I'll do it, so I can keep the things which I have in this life. But this is Exodus 21 and verse, let's start at 1. It says, now these are the judgment which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. Dealing with having a Hebrew servant, because the way you treat a Hebrew servant or a Hebrew slave is different from how you treat a heathen slave, because the word servant just goes into slavery. You're under servitude to someone, you're in slavery. It's just that simple. It's just dealing, because the Hebrews did have Hebrew slaves. There was a certain way you would put your brother in slavery to really build him up, actually, to maybe he'll get, you would do that. Like, look at the story with Jacob and Laban. He was in slavery for those amount of times, and he amassed a great amount of riches. So that's an ancient world custom. But that's just a little tidbit right there. Let's keep going. It says, verse 3, and if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. And if he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master give him a wife, and she have born him son or daughter, the wife and the children shall be her masters, and shall go out and shall go all by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And this is getting you a servant forever. And this is how Esau Edom is going to try to get Jake as a servant forever, not realizing, of course, the Heavenly Father has reserved his elect to never bow down the knee to the beast. But this is how Esau Edom is going to get you, Jake, because you are willing to fight for your lives, and you're going to bow down to this beast system to keep your life. And that is completely contrary to what Yahweh Shema Shai has said, and specifically what Yahweh Shai said out of his own mouth. This is Matthew 10 and verse 37. And he that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And LeBron James is clearly, from his own words, is not worthy of Yahweh nor Yahweh Shai. It says, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And that's just plain as day. You're not worthy to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because you will, like you said, you would fight tooth and nail to keep your family. The Lord makes take away your family. What are you gonna do? Fight the Lord? These people, that, and this mindset is not a good mindset to have. We know that the Lord can restore our families and bring everything and reestablish everything again, or give us new and even better. This is why and of course you take care of your family. You love your family. You take care of your children. You do the things that you can to the best of your ability. But if my woman's come to me telling me I got to take a jab or C-hip to keep her, bitch, you can have a nice fucking day. Or I'm going to take your son and do it. If I can keep him, I'm going to keep him. May the Lord bless. But if I can't, and she do that to my child, there's nothing I can do about that. This is the severity. And this is something that people don't realize when really you don't come to the Lord. He chooses you. But when serving the Lord, he wants you to serve him unto death. Serving the Lord unto death that's a serious thing. Yahweh Shema Shai wants men ready to die for him. And that means give up everything. Yahweh Shai gave up everything. Yahweh Shai could have been rich. Yahweh Shai could have had all the bitches. Yahweh Shai could have been the king. Yahweh Shai could have done all these things. But what? He humbled himself, lowered himself, and gave up everything for the glory of his Father, man. And only a certain amount of people on this planet are willing to do that. And that's the elect. And that's just what it is. There's only a certain amount of people on this planet willing to do that, because the Lord has given them the spirit to do that, and to have that mindset, and to have that, that stability of mind to actually do that, because it's hard. But what? Yahweh Shema Shai has that in these men's spirits. Verse 38, and he that taketh not his cross and follows after me is not worthy of me. And he that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. So yeah, we are supposed to give up our lives, man. Our lives are spent. Our lives are truly just spent serving Yahweh Shema Shai. We have nothing else to do other than prophesy. This life is temporary. This life is a blimp in the great cosmos of things. This life is nothing, man. This isn't the first time we had children. This isn't the first time We didn't have women. This isn't the first time for any of this. We've been here thousands of times, generation after generation. So to give it up in this time, it is what it is. This is why Paul said, I count it all as dung. We count all these things, the life that we have. Certain brothers really have mass amount of money. Certain brothers don't have as much. But even the brothers who have mass amount of money, they know the mindset that if all that shit left, it is what it is. Because the Lord's going to put that spirit on them. Even if it do hurt for a while. Because we're in the flesh. But what? The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to sustain them. That's something a lot of people don't want to accept. Serving the Lord comes with sacrifice. And a lot of people don't want to accept that sacrifice. And that's why there's only a few number of people that will be saved in these last days. Because the Lord has only put that spirit on so many. So many men and women have that spirit to give it all up for Yahweh Shema Shai. This is Sirach 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So that's right off the rip. When you come to serve the Lord, he might take certain things out of your life. I remember a particular moment being in this truth. I prayed the Lord to take certain things out of my life. And he took it. I was surprised. I was like, fuck. I was like, he took that. That shit hurt in a bitch. But now I realize, being past all that, I was like, oh, that's why. Okay. Now I get it. But I prayed for it. But hey, the Lord hears our prayers. So I got to be careful what you pray. But straight up, I remember that. And I was like, Lord, you took that. I was hurt. But it was necessary. It was necessary. That shit hurt for a second. That shit had to go. And that was good. Because it built me up to where I need to be. And Lord willing, continue to build and grow in the spirit. But who did LeBron James don't have that mindset, man. A lot of people don't have that mindset. They want to be in pleasures all the time. And comfortabilities. Sometimes you want the Lord to try your soul, man. See how you do. See if you pass the test. And people don't think like that. They don't think, oh, I want the Lord to try me, to see if I really got it. see if I'm really strong enough to get through it. And sometimes, the spirit sustains, but sometimes that shit hurt. Like, that shit hurts. But what the Lord eventually, if you meant to get through it, you're gonna get through it no matter what, no matter how fucked up it feels in the moment. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna grow from it. You're gonna grow from it nonetheless. But some people go through shit and they fall because what? The Lord wasn't with them. They go through the temptation, the trial, like it says in Matthew the 13th chapter, and what happens? They don't make it. They fall out. The temptation becomes too much. The trial is too much, and they end up being casted away because what? They were never truly of the elect. And we're all hoping to fight to be a part of the elect, man, through all the trials and temptations that come because of our families and brothers who have families. That is going to be a temptation, a trial, but the Lord's going to make a way. The Lord is going to look at the Maccabees. The mother watched her 7 children die, her sons that she nursed up from her youth. You know how painful that was for her to see. But what she stood strong as her sons did and even exhorted them to continue to fight and to encourage them to go after the legacy of Yahweh Shema Shai, or at that time just Yahweh, and truly be grateful and praise the Lord in that sacrifice and in that suffering. That mindset is a truly heavy mindset that to have in these last days and to carry on into our walk. Because we're about to come into times where our lives and our livelihoods and the things that we have are to be taken away. So the mindset to have is always is as we know is gonna fucking be taken away anyways. So just be prepared. That's why the scriptures speak about love not the world, neither the things in it, or use the world not to abuse the world. Because what? The fashions of this world passes away. Everything we see is going to be gone. Everything. It's just for a moment. So with that, Lord will hope this lesson was edifying. Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. And with that, Shalom. Actually, let me get that real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 31. It says, in that they use this world as not abuse it, for the fashion of this world passes away. So yeah, because this present world is fleeting. It's all going to be gone in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, and when these nukes hit, all this is going to fade. Everything that we see now is going to be decimated. It's all going to be gone, all of it. So, Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. With that, Shalom.